Good afternoon all. Welcome to the lecture of measure and integration. Okay. So in last lecture we have seen one theorem. Now today we will start a new concept which is a integration and some general convergence theorem. Okay. Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
So now first we will see some definitions. Okay. So in last lecture we have seen what is a simple function. Any function phi is said to be a simple function if it is measurable and it assumes only the finite number of values. Suppose there is one function phi which is a simple function, then what is the integration of that function? That is we have to see. For that, let us consider let capital X curly b mu be a major space, be a major space, and E is belonging to curly b. Let phi be a any non-negative simple function, any non-negative simple function, then integration over the set E of function phi d mu is nothing but summation over I running from 1 to n ci mu of ei intersection E, where phi is nothing but linear combination of characteristic function, where phi is nothing but summation over I running from 1 to n ci of chi of ei, that is we have already seen in real 2. So here we have taken one major space, that is capital X curly b comma mu be any major space and E be a set which belonging to curly b, that is E be a measurable set and phi be any simple non-negative simple function, then integration over that set E of function phi with respect to d mu is nothing but summation over I running from 1 to n ci of mu of ei intersection E, where this phi is nothing but the linear combination of characteristic functions. Okay, now there is one note. Let A and B are any two positive real numbers and phi and psi be two non-negative simple functions, negative simple functions, and let E is belonging to curly b, then integration over set E of a phi plus b psi of d mu is nothing but a into integration over set E of phi d mu plus b into integration over set E of psi d mu. Okay, so here we have taken A and B are any two positive real numbers, phi and psi are corresponding non-negative simple functions, and E be a measurable set, then it holds this condition, that is integration over set E of a phi plus b psi of d mu is nothing but a into integration over set E of phi d mu plus b into integration over set E of simple function psi with respect to mu. Okay, that is it holds the linearity property. Now there is one more definition. Let F be a measurable non-negative extended real valued function, wait, real valued function on a major space, on a major space, capital X, curly b, mu, and E is belonging to curly b, then integration over set E of f d mu is nothing but supremum of 0, which is less equal by simple function phi, and which is less equal by our non-negative extended real value function a, integration over set E of pi d mu. Okay, this one we have already seen in real 2. That is, there is one theorem in that we have proved that integration over set E of f d mu is nothing but supremum of 0 less equal by pi, which is less equal by phi f over integration of phi d mu over the set E. Okay, now we have to use this definition for proving some results. Okay, now first result will be plate F and G are any two non-negative real valued functions on a major space capital X curly b mu on capital X curly b mu, and E is belonging to curly b, then first one, f is less equal by g almost everywhere implies that integration over set E of f is also less equal by integration over set E of function g. And second one, integration over set E of c into f d mu is nothing but c into integration over set E of function f d mu, where c is greater than 0. Okay. So here we have given that f and g are any two non-negative extended real valued functions which are defined on a measurable space capital X curly b and mu, and E be any measurable set. Then we have to prove that if f is less equal by g almost everywhere, which implies integration over set E of f is less equal by integration over set E of g, and integration over set E of c into f d mu is nothing but c into integration over set E of a function f with respect to mu, where c is greater than 0. That is, here we have given that the constant c will be greater than 0. So we will first prove first one. Let f is less equal by g almost everywhere, which implies the set which contains the simple functions phi simple with 0 less equal by phi, which is less equal by g, is a subset of a set psi which is also simple with 0 less equal by psi. Sorry, here we have to take f since our f is less equal by g. So this one is nothing but f, and which is contained in a function, a set which contains all the simple functions psi which satisfies this condition. Okay, which is from given, that is, as f is less equal by g almost everywhere, then we can take one set which is a collection of simple functions which satisfies this condition, that is 0 is less equal by phi, which is less equal by f. And as g is a function, then here we can also take one set psi of simple function which holds this condition. But given that f is less equal by g, then this set must be a subset of this one. Okay, now take the supremum of this set, which implies supremum of 0 less equal by phi, which is less equal by f of this set is nothing but, sorry, instead of this you can write this as supremum of the set phi which is simple with, we know that if A is a subset of B, then supremum of A must be less equal by supremum of B. As here this one is a subset of this one, then the supremum of this one is less equal by supremum of this one. Okay, with 0 less equal by phi, which is less equal by F, and which is subset of supremum of a set psi, which is simple with this condition 0 less equal by psi, which is less than or equal to g. Now we have to take the integration on both sides. So we get supremum of this condition 0 less equal by phi, which is less equal by f, integration over set e of phi, which is less equal by supremum of 0, which is less equal by psi, and psi is less equal by g over the set e of a function psi. But from this definition here, if f be any non-negative extended real valued function which is defined on a measurable space capital X curly b mu, then integration over set e of f d mu is nothing but supremum of 0 less equal by 5, which is less equal by f, and integration over set e of phi d mu is nothing but integration over set e of f, which implies this one is nothing but integration over set e of f, and this one is nothing but right hand side integration over set e of g. So here we have proved that if f is less equal by g almost everywhere, which implies integration over set e of a function f is less equal by integration over set e of a function g, and that is we have to prove. And now we have to prove the second condition, that is integration over set e of c into f d mu is nothing but the c into integration of f d mu. Okay, for that consider integration over set e of c into f d mu. But from above definition, this one is nothing but as c is greater than 0, this will be supremum of 0, which is less equal by some simple function phi, and which is less equal by given function c into f integration over set e of phi d mu. Okay, so this one is nothing but, now divide both sides of this inequality by c, then we get supremum of 0 divided by c, 0. As c is greater than 0, then we can divide 0, which is less equal by phi by c, and which is less equal by our function f integration over set e of phi d mu. Okay, now replace the function phi by phi by c by psi, phi by c by psi, that is phi divided by c is nothing but psi, which implies phi is nothing but psi into c. So above inequality is nothing but integration over set e of c into f of d mu is nothing but supremum of 0, which is less equal by phi by c is nothing but psi, which is less equal by f integration over set e of phi is nothing but psi into c, that is c into psi of d mu. But here we have given that c is a greater than 0. As we have c is greater than 0, then we can take c common, since there is no effect on this supremum as c is greater than 0. But if c is less than 0, then this supremum is nothing but infimum. But as given that c is greater than 0, then if we take c common, then there is no effect on this supremum, which is nothing but c into supremum of 0, which is less equal by psi, which is less equal by f integration over set e of psi of d mu. Again we have to use the definition of integration of a function, that is from above definition, this one is nothing but integration over set e of f d mu, which implies c into integration over set e of c into f d mu is nothing but c into integrations over set e of f d mu, and that is we have to prove, hence the required result. Okay, कुणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये? नाही का?
No, sir.
Okay, here. Okay. Now let E is belonging to curly B. Let E is belonging to curly B and measure of E is equal to 0. Then integration over set E of function f is equal to 0 for any non-negative non-negative real valued real valued extended measurable function f. Extended measurable function f. Okay, so here we have given that E is belonging to curly B, that is E is a measurable set, and also given that measure of that set measurable set E will be equal to 0, and from that we have to prove that integration over set E of f is nothing but 0 for any non-negative extended real valued measurable function f. Let us see its proof. Let phi is a simple function. Phi is a simple function such that 0 is less equal by phi, which is less equal by f. That is, we have to take one simple function phi which holds this condition. Okay, now we know that integration over set E of phi d mu is nothing but summation over I running from 1 to n ci of mu of ei intersection E. Okay, this will be given where phi is nothing but summation I running from 1 to n ci of chi of ei. Okay, which is from the definition of integration of simple function. Okay, now each ei's intersection E, each ei intersection E is a subset of E. Since ei intersection E contains all those elements which are common in these two sets, therefore ei intersection E must be a subset of E, and which implies measure of ei intersection E must be less equal by measure of E, which implies measure of ei intersection E is less equal by measure of E. But we have given that measure of E will be equal to 0, which implies measure of ei intersection E is less equal by 0. But we know that measure is always non-negative. As measure is always non-negative and which is less equal by 0, then there is only possibility for the measure of this set ei intersection E, which is 0, which implies measure of ei intersection E will be equal to 0 for all I. Okay, as measure of ei intersection E will be equal to 0 for each I, then if we put this condition, put this value in this one, that is integration over set E of phi d mu will be equal to summation I running from 1 to n ci of mu of ei intersection E. Whatever will be the values of these ci's, but mu of ei intersection E will be equal to 0 for each I, which implies this sum must be equal to 0. Since mu of ei intersection E is 0 for each value of I, whatever will be the value of this ci, the product must be equal to 0 and its sum must be equal to 0, which implies integration over set E of phi d mu will be equal to 0. Okay, now take the supremum on both sides. If we take the supremum with integration over set E of phi d mu is equal to 0, that is supremum of 0 which is less equal by 5 which is less equal by f of integration over set E of phi d mu will be equal to 0. But from definition, supremum of 0 less equal by 5 which is less equal by function f of integration over set E of phi d mu is nothing but हे म्हणजे काय आहे? हे काय आहे हो टोटल एलएचएस चं सगळं मिळून?
Integration of f d mu over E.
Integration of f d mu, which is equal to 0, and that is we have to prove. Hence the required result. Okay, कुणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये?
No, sir.
Now tell me the statement of Fatto's lemma. What is Fatto's lemma? We have only the statement of Fatto's lemma. That is we have to see. What is Fatto's lemma? कुणाला काही आठवत आहे का? बोला. Let Fn be a sequence of non-negative measurable functions such that Fn converges to F almost everywhere, and the measurable set E, that is E is belonging to curly B, then what?
Integration over E f less equal limit integration Fn over E integration over E.
Yes. Okay, so we have already proved this one. Okay, here we have to see statement only. Okay, so if Fn be a sequence of non-negative measurable functions such that this function sequence of function Fn which converges to a function small f almost everywhere, and E be a set which belonging to curly B, that is E is a measurable set, then integration over set E of a function f is less equal by limit inferior of integration over set E of Fn. Okay, now let E is belonging to curly B with measure of E will be finite, then integration over set E of 1 is equal to measure of E, or integration over set E of 1 d mu is equal to measure of E. Okay, so we have to prove this one. कसं प्रूव्ह करायचं याला? दिले काय, ई हा एक मेजरेबल सेट दिलाय ज्याचा मेजर फायनाइट आहे, किती आहे हे माहित नाही, तर प्रूव्ह काय करायचं आहे, इंटिग्रेशन ओव्हर सेट ई ऑफ 1 इज नथिंग बट मेजर ऑफ ई, that is we have to prove. So here our simple function phi is nothing but 1, then we get the value as measure of a set E. Now let phi of a function x is equal to 1 for each x belonging to x. We have defined one function phi having value is equal to 1 for each x belonging to our universal set x. Now whether this phi is a simple function, any function phi is said to be a simple function if एखादा फंक्शन सिंपल फंक्शन कधी होतो, आठवत नाही का? phi is said to be a
Sir, ते measurable असायला पाहिजे.
आणखीन
मेजरेबल असायला पाहिजे. इट अजूम्स ओनली फायनाईट नंबर ऑफ
Yes. Now here phi of x equal to 1 will be a constant function. Whether each constant function is measurable?
Yes, sir.
Each constant function is measurable. And here phi of x will be equal to 1 for each x belonging to x. That is, there is only one value for all the elements which are belonging to this capital X. That is, here phi assumes only finite number of values. That is, it assumes only one value, that is 1 itself. Okay. So here, as phi is a constant function, then it is measurable. Phi is measurable, and it assumes only finite number of values. Finite number of values. Then by the definition of simple function, which implies phi is a simple function. Simple function. But if phi is a simple function, then it can be expressed as a linear combination of characteristic function. That is, as here phi is a simple function with phi is nothing but summation I running from 1 to n ci of chi of ei, where ci is nothing but the number of values which are assumed by the our simple function phi, and ei is nothing but the number of measurable sets. So here there is only one function, measurable function, that is x itself, since for each x belonging to x, phi of x is nothing but 1. Therefore, there is only one value for a constant ci, which is c1 equal to 0, which is, sorry, c1 equal to 1, and each ei, that is e1, is equal to x, since phi of x will be equal to 1 for each x belonging to x. Therefore, there is only one value for the measurable set ei, that is e1 will be equal to x. Okay, so from this, phi is a function with c1 chi of e1. Okay, now if phi is a simple function with phi equal to summation I running from 1 to n ci of chi of ei, then its integration is nothing but integration over set e of phi d mu is nothing but the summation I running from 1 to n ci of ei intersection measure of ei intersection e. We know that integration over set e of phi d mu is nothing but summation I running from 1 to n ci mu of ei intersection e. But here there is only one value for ci, that is c1 equal to 1, and only one value for the ei, that is x. Therefore, this one is nothing but c1 measure of e1 intersection e. Okay, so integration over set e of phi d mu is equal to c1 mu of e1 intersection e. But from defined function phi will be equal to 1 for each x belonging to x. Just put that value in this question. We get integration over set e of 1 d mu is equal to, what is the value of c1? c1 will be equal to 1 into mu of e1 intersection e. e1 will be equal to x intersection e. So which implies integration over set e of 1 d mu is equal to mu of x intersection e. What is the value of x intersection e? Here x will be a universal set and e be any measurable set which belonging to curly b, and any set is said to be a measurable set, that is, it must be a subset of this capital X, and if it belonging to curly b, then it is said to be measurable. As here a is a measurable set, then it must be belonging to curly b. As it belongs to curly b, then it must be a member of x, that is e be any subset of x. As e is any subset of x, then x intersection e must be equal to
E.
e. So here we get integration over set e of 1 d mu is nothing but a measure of e, and that is we have to, hence the required result. Okay, up to now, any doubt? बोलायला का पैसे घेता का तुम्ही?
सर ते E1 इक्वल्स टू एक्स कसं घ्यायचं सर? अज्युम करताना C1 चा व्हॅल्यू 1 अँड E1 इक्वल्स टू
इक्वल टू
एक्स,
एक्स काय?
म्हणजे E1 इक्वल्स टू एक्स का घ्यायचं?
E1 इक्वल टू एक्स का घ्यायचं, कारण इथे एकच पॉसिबिलिटी आहे ना, एकच वेळेला तुमचा फाय ऑफ एक्स काय डिफाईन केला तुम्ही, फाय ऑफ एक्स विल बी इक्वल टू 1 फॉर इच एक्स बिलॉंगिंग टू एफ. पण तुम्ही काय म्हणता, प्रत्येक सिंपल फंक्शनला कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक फंक्शनच्या लिनियर कॉम्बिनेशन मध्ये लिहू शकता. लिनियर कॉम्बिनेशन म्हणजे हा. पण इथं तुम्हाला कॉन्स्टंट फाय हा सिंपल फंक्शन कशावरून झाला, फाय ऑफ एक्स इक्वल टू 1 आहे, म्हणजे प्रत्येक व्हॅल्यूसाठी तो 1च आहे. आणखीन तो मेजरेबल आहे, कॉन्स्टंट फंक्शन असल्यामुळे तो मेजरेबल आहे, म्हणजे याच्यावरून तो सिंपल फंक्शन झाला. तो एकदा सिंपल फंक्शन झाला तर परत आपण प्रूव्ह केलंय की कोणताही सिंपल फंक्शन जर असेल तर त्याला आपण लिनियर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक फंक्शन लिहू शकतो, म्हणजे या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहू शकतो. या फॉर्म मध्ये जर लिहिलं तर तुम्हाला काही सीआय मिळतील. हे सीआय काय असतात, असे व्हॅल्यू असतात जे की फायने अज्युम केलेले असतात. ओके, एन करत होते, आर्बिट्री एन करत होते म्हणून आपण सीआय आय रनिंग फ्रॉम 1 to n घेत होतो. पण इथं तुम्हाला एकच कॉन्स्टंट मिळालाय, म्हणजे फायची व्हॅल्यू ही 1च आहे. फाय अज्युम करते फायनाइट नंबर ऑफ व्हॅल्यूज, बट इट विल बी इक्वल टू 1 ओनली. देन सीआय आय 1 पासून एन पर्यंत रनच करणार आहे ना, तुम्हाला C1 इक्वल टू 1 एकच व्हॅल्यू मिळणार आहे. म्हणजे फायने एकच व्हॅल्यू अज्युम केली, ते म्हणजे 1. आणखीन हा EI काय राहत होतो, आपण हे सबसेट घेत होतो आपण कुणाचे, कॅपिटल एक्सचे, जे की मेजरेबल आहे. पण इथं तुमचा फंक्शन हा डिफाईन कुठे केलेला आहे, फॉर इच एक्स बिलॉंगिंग टू एक्स. म्हणजे काय ऑफ EI हा काय असणार आहे तुमचा, इक्वल टू 1 व्हेनेवर एक्स इज बिलॉंगिंग टू EI and equal to 0 whenever it is not belonging to this EI. But here phi of x will be equal to 1 for each x belonging to x. ही E1 E2 up to so on En कुणाचे सबसेट होते, x चे होते, ज्यासाठी तुमचा कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक फंक्शन काहीतरी मिळत होता. पण इथं x च्या प्रत्येक व्हॅल्यूसाठी तुमचा काही व्हॅल्यू मिळते, ती म्हणजे 1 आहे. तर तुमचा हा EI म्हणजेच काय असेल, x इटसेल्फ असेल, म्हणजे काय ऑफ x असेल हा, and which is equal to 1 for each x belonging to x, which is from the given defined function phi. म्हणजे तुम्हाला इथे एकच कॉन्स्टंट C1 मिळाला, आणखी एकच मेजरेबल सेट मिळाला, तो म्हणजे x मिळाला. त्याच्यावरून तुमची व्हॅल्यू C1 आणखी E1 ची मिळाली.
ओके सर.
ओके, ठीक आहे. ना मोनोटॉन कन्वर्जन्स थिअरम. काय होती याची स्टेटमेंट, रिअल मधलीच आहे बरं काय. What is monotone convergence theorem? फटोज लेमा मध्ये आणखी मोनोटोन कन्वर्जन्स थिअरम मध्ये काय फरक होता. काहीच नव्हतं. आठवत आहे का.
सर इन्क्रीजिंग सिक्वेन्स ह्याच्यामध्ये,
इन्क्रीजिंग
FND
याच्यामध्ये घेत
इन्क्रीजिंग
होता,
सिक्वेन्सेस,
इन्क्रीजिंग याच्यामध्ये घेत होता का लिमिट कन्वर्जन्स मध्ये घेत होता.
मोनोटोन कन्वर्जन.
येस येस. पण स्टेटमेंट काय होती, लेट Fn be a sequence of non-negative measurable functions such that Fn converges to F almost everywhere and each Fn is less equal by F for all n. Then integration of a function f is nothing but limit integration of functions fn. Okay, so this will be a statement, that is if fn be a sequence of non-negative measurable function such that fn converges to f almost everywhere and each function fn is less equal by that limiting value f for each n, then we have to prove that integration of this function f is nothing but the limit integration of function fn. Okay, so it's proof. Given that fn be a sequence of non-negative measurable functions such that fn converges to f almost everywhere. That is, fn converges to f almost everywhere means there is no problem at all those points where fn is converges to f. But the collection of all those points where fn is not converges to f is a set of having measure will be equal to 0, and also given that fn is less equal by f for all n. Okay, so in real one we have already seen if f is less equal by g, then integration of f is less equal by integration of g. From that one we can say integration of function fn is less equal by integration of f. Now integration of fn is less equal by integration of f, and there is no term of n on the RHS, then supremum of integration of fn is less equal by integration over set f. That is, if we take infimum, again there is no effect on this inequality since there is no term of n on the RHS, which implies infimum of some n supremum of some k greater equal by n, integration of fk is less equal by integration of f. But from the definition of limit superior and limit inferior, infimum of n supremum of k greater equal by n of some function f, that is integration of fk, that is it is some function g. Okay, so infimum of n supremum of k greater equal by n of some function gk, where gk is nothing but integration of fk is nothing but limit superior of integration of gk, but gk is nothing, sorry, limit superior of gk, but gk is nothing but integration of this fk, and which is less equal by integration of f. That is, this can be written as limit superior of integration of fn, which is less equal by integration of f. So here we get this inequality 1. But from Photo's lemma, integration over set E of f is less equal by limit inferior of integration over set E of fn, and that is will be equation 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, integration of f is less equal by limit inferior of integration over set of fn, and limit superior of integration of fn is less equal by integration of f. And we know that limit inferior of some function, limit inferior of some function f is always less equal by limit superior of function f. Therefore integration of f is less equal by limit inferior of integration of fn, which is less equal by limit superior of integration of fn, which is less equal by integration of 1. Therefore from 1 and 2 we get limit integration of function f, which is less equal by limit inferior of function fn, but limit inferior is always less equal by limit superior of function fn, and which is less equal by integration of function f. From this we say that all are equal, that is limit inferior of function fn is equal to limit superior of function fn, and which is nothing but the integration of function f. Okay, as limit superior will be equal to limit inferior, याच्यावरून काय म्हणू शकतो आपण, लिमिट इन्फिरियर जर लिमिट सुपेरियरला इक्वल जर येत असेल तर काय म्हणतो,
फंक्शन इज कॉन्व्हर्जंट.
फंक्शन कन्व्हर्जंट असण्याची डेफिनेशन ती आहे का?
इट इज इंटिग्रेबल.
उससे लिमिट एक्सिस्ट होते,
लिमिट एक्सिस्ट होते ना, which is nothing but limit of limit integration fn is nothing but integration of function f. Since here limit superior will be equal to limit inferior, we say that the limit of a given function will be exist if its limit supremum will be equal to its limit infimum. So as here limit superior of integration of function fn is equal to limit superior of integration of function. Therefore, its limit will be exist, and that is nothing but limit integration of function fn will be equal to integration of f. That is, we have to prove integration of f is nothing but limit integration of fn, and hence the required result. त्यात कोणाला काही डाऊट? आहे नाही.
No, sir.